After Russia's moon failure regarding the crash of its Luna 25 spacecraft, many around the world are curiously waiting to see if India can create history with its Chandrayaan-3. But then India also has its share of enemies and those who are jealous of India's rise. So who are those that want ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 to fail, and who are those that want it to succeed? So, on the basis of several interactions with various subject experts and people who follow ISRO's developments, there seem to be at least 4 countries that might feel uncomfortable, jealous or defeated if ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 succeeds in its mission. But before I reveal the names of those 4 countries, let's take a look at some of those who are openly supporting ISRO. The first one is the UK Space Agency. As you can see here, the UK Space Agency congratulated ISRO after the successful launch of Chandrayaan-3. Not only that, the UK Space Agency described its collaboration as a great example of the UK space sector's advanced capabilities being used to support international space missions. The second country worth mentioning here is the USA. As shown here, Bill Nelson, who is the 14th NASA administrator, congratulated ISRO on the Chandrayaan-3 launch, wishing it safe travels to the moon. Besides that, it is worth noting that the European Space Agency, ESA, didn't just congratulate ISRO, but on its official website, it even published the details describing how ESA collaborated with and supported ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 moon mission. So yes, in a complex situation such as this, it is quite obvious that various space agencies from around the world are often seen supporting or congratulating one another. Now, let's take a look at those countries that are more likely to want India to fail when it comes to ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 moon mission. The first country, as one can expect, is China. India is described as China's biggest Asian rival, and on various occasions, despite pretending to be a neighbor that is happy to see India's rise, China's actions have reflected its jealousy and insecurity. Besides that, ISRO's satellites and technology positively impact India's defense preparations against a military threat from China. So yes, it can be argued that ISRO's success or its cutting-edge technological advancement could make China uncomfortable. The second country on this list is Pakistan. The ugly truth is that Pakistan's space agency couldn't quite achieve what many Pakistanis expected. As described here, in spite of commencing the space program 8 years before India's ISRO, Suparco is considered to be decades behind India in terms of both their technology and mission success. Yes, diplomatically, Pakistanis and its institutions have congratulated ISRO on various occasions, but for many Pakistanis, the pain of seeing India so far ahead of them cannot be hidden. Another country that is less likely to celebrate ISRO's success is Pakistan's close partner and ally, Turkey. It is quite logical that the technological advancement of a nation's space agency is directly related to the strengthening of its military capabilities. Perhaps Pakistan's brotherly nation, Turkey, knows this very well. Now, another country that may feel a bit uncomfortable if Chandrayaan-3 succeeds is Russia. Before I try to explain this, I must make this clear. It is well known that Russia has been a long-standing and time-tested partner for India. Also, on numerous occasions, ISRO has benefited and learned from their friends and partners in Russia. Besides this, many individuals from Russia and Russian media outlets have commented positively about ISRO, and diplomatically, Russia has also congratulated ISRO and India on numerous occasions. But this time, things seem to be a bit different, and it is not just because of Russia. It is due to the way Russia's Luna 25 mission was presented by the Western media. Numerous articles around the world presented this as some sort of race between India and Russia. As a result, for Russia, the pressure to succeed on this particular occasion was greater than what it may have originally expected. Some experts in the West even described the failure of Luna 25 as the decline of Russia's space power. No doubt, many Russians were embarrassed. So yes, if ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 succeeds, many in the West will use this fact to embarrass Russia even more. And understandably, for Russians, this could be a very uncomfortable situation. Personally speaking, like many others, I expect that Russia will be among the first ones to congratulate India if ISRO's Chandrayaan-3 succeeds in its mission. As far as India and the West are concerned, it can be said that the West sees India as a great option to counter China. So yes, more collaboration between the West and India is expected. Besides that, nowadays in an interconnected and globalized world, India's affordable space missions directly benefit many in the West. But then again, the ugly truth can't be forgotten either. It is a fact that Western colonial criminal states have a history of getting richer by looting and colonizing India and other nations, And even today, in various ways, Western nations continue to look for new methods to exploit formerly colonized nations. And yes, it is also true that when it comes to ISRO, in the past, India was denied crucial technology by those who claim to be supporting ISRO today. But as described here, ISRO has demonstrated that it can develop its own technology if and when required. Nobody should ignore this fact. ISRO, NASA, ESA or the UK Space Agency. Collaboration, rivalry and competition are expected. For example, if NASA is seen to be supporting Chandrayaan-3 today, it doesn't mean that NASA isn't also concerned about ISRO's rise. As described here, it doesn't require a rocket scientist to figure that out. India is the only developing country with heavy lift ambitions, and its ultra-low-cost model could one day put the likes of NASA out of business. That's an eventuality that the United States wants to delay for as long as it can. See you again.